Actually, the man couldn't cross the road. Other than that, I can't be too disappointed. Man United, Barcelona, we're going to get onto that game. This is the Champions League review. We're going to start over in Ajax, actually. Ajax faced Juventus, first leg, quarter-final Champions League. Fresh from beating the three-time champions in a row, of course, Real Madrid in the last 16. Battering them, if we're going to be honest, at the Bernabeu. And as good as that performance was, Ajax would have been the team, other than Porto, everybody wanted. But again, they proved they're no mugs. They can't just be walked over. They have to be taken seriously. I wouldn't say, no, maybe I would. That year when Monaco, Mbappe, and those players, what year was it? 2000 and, I want to say 2015. I think it was 2015, 14-15 season. And they shocked Europe, knocked out Man City, exciting football. That's what we're seeing from Ajax. They might not have an Mbappe, but they've got very, very good technical, skillful players. The young random midfield, again, he's off to Barcelona, of course, in the summer, 70-odd million. And they're going to get a good player. Ajax are going to get some money, maybe to strengthen their team. The sad thing about it is that, like that Monaco side, it could just be ripped apart. So really, we have to enjoy it while it lasts, because we don't really know how long it is going to last. We know there's no money in Dutch football in the way there is across Europe. So they are really, Ajax that is, they're at everyone's whim if they want their players. The big clubs come calling with some big money. The club and the player in question is gonna be difficult to turn down. But today, put on a very, very good performance. Dominated the game. And you would say it was a sucker punch. The goal that they conceded was definitely against the run of play. But it was that man again, Cristiano Ronaldo. His 125th goal in the Champions League. Of course, he's already the leading scorer in the competition's history. It's actually 12 years to the day since he scored his first Champions League goal in a 7-1 demolition of Roma for Manchester United back in 2007. And he showed 12 years later he's still got that prowess, that finishing, that goal-scoring ability, and that hunger and desire to win games for his team. Granted, they never won today, but it wasn't for the want of him trying at least. Picked up the ball in the middle of the pitch, passed it out to Caceres, and he just marched with purpose into the box. And beautiful dinked ball into the area, and Ronaldo diving header. Commentator described it like Superman. And the keeper really didn't have much chance. He was going the wrong direction. He had to try and get back. And the header just had too much power, too much direction. 1-0 to Juventus. But Ajax weren't done. Ajax came back out straight after half-time. 36 seconds got the equaliser. Very, very good goal by, is it Neres? Can't remember the guy's name now, but it was a very, very good finish. To be fair, there was an error in there, in the build-up from Juventus, but Ajax showed that they were there to play football. They were deservedly in the quarterfinals, going toe-to-toe with a very, very strong Juventus side. Neres, yeah, Neres is the guy's name. Very good finish. And again, really, Ajax dominated the second half. And you might say, even though Juventus had a chance very late on, Douglas Costa off the bench, and he pinged a shot off the post, so it could have been worse. But you have to say that Ajax will be disappointed that they only came away with a 1-1 draw, because in reality, they were the better team. They created better openings. They looked more dangerous. Juve had one shot on target in the game, the goal from Ronaldo. Ajax had about 4 or 5 shots on target. They're not going to beat themselves up because they've been to the Bernabeu and they've won. Now, granted, Juve in a much better position, much better state in terms of the way they're playing than Real Madrid were. But Ajax must fancy their chances, because then they're going to go down fighting if they have to go down. So they're going to create chances. They're possibly going to get on the score sheet. And if they get a goal over in Turin, then it really is all to play for. You end up going to extra time if it ends 1-1, or Juve are going to need 2. And don't get me wrong, Juve are more than capable of getting those 2 goals. We saw what they did to Atletico Madrid in the second leg of the last 16, beat 2-0 down. And Ronaldo came back, boom, free, hat-trick. And they went through in the end. So I still make Juventus favourites, but cannot discount Ajax. Very, very energetic, skillful team. I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see. I love when I see, the underdog, new breed. Ajax are a massive team in terms of their history, but that's probably what makes it even better. The fact that they used to be so big, they've fallen away massively. Got into European final in 2016 or 2017. Europa League final. And now they're in the Champions League quarter-final and more than holding their own. So we're going to have to see what happens in that second leg. But Cristiano Ronaldo, back from injury and back on the score sheet. And once he's in that squad, gives Juventus every chance. They are my favourites for the Champions League, and they're in the driving seat. 1-1, they've got their away goal, go back home, and I expect them to go through. But we shall see. Going on to the big game of the night. The big game of the round. And to be fair, it was probably the worst game of the round. Intriguing, yes. Tactical, yes. A bit of sparring a lot of the times it seemed. But the bottom line is, Barcelona have the advantage. And it's a big advantage because not only are they leading the tie, they also obviously won away from home, so they have that away goal. Not only will Manchester United need to score in the new camp, they'll have to it's going to have to go to penalties if they were to happen to win 1-0, or they're going to have to score more than 1 if Barca also get on the score sheet, which you would expect them to do at home in the Champions League. But the game itself, I think we just gave them too much respect. I think we were a bit, I don't know if shell-shocked is the word, but I think we expected more from Barcelona. Therefore, we gave them more space to, allowed us a bit more space by dropping deep to defend from deep. But it was way too early for that, too much too soon. We should have been going on the front foot. The same way we played against PSG in the second leg, that's how we should have started the game. But we offered them too much space. They had so much time to pass it around, get into their rhythm, look for runners. If the runner wasn't on, they just keep possession. And finally, the run was on Messi, as it was. Ran round the back of the defence, picked up the ball in the left of the area, dinked across to the far post. Suarez nodded it back across goal, off Luke Shaw and into the goal. If it didn't hit Luke Shaw, it would have gone straight to Coutinho, who would have put it in. That would have been two ex-Liverpool men linking up. So partly I'm kind of happy that it just came off short, because that would have added insult to injury, salt into the wounds. But from then on in, I would say from about 15 minutes on, even game. Now, might be an aspect of Barcelona got the one goal, got the away goal, more than content. Happy to take the 1-0. If an opportunity arises, they go 2, they get another. Even if it was to end up 1-1, they still fancy themselves being at home in the second leg. So there was no need for Barca then to press as they did, or press forward as they started the game. So they allowed us to come onto them, but we did come onto them, and we grew and we played how really we should have started the game. Smalling dominated Suarez, dominated Messi from about 10 minutes in. He said he relishes this challenge, bring it on. And boy, he stood up today. He was brilliant. I was going to say to a man we were brilliant, but to a man we weren't. That man was actually young, but I'm going to get onto him. In the midfield, Fred, Pogba, McTominay, obviously Pogba being the creator of that free. It would have been his job to create any chances or openings going forward when we were able to get possession of the ball. I think the possession probably ended about 35 to 65%. And there were some good touches and good passes from Pogba. Nothing clinical, really, but passes that created openings that really we should have done better, especially from wide areas. But as far as Fred and McTominay go, man of the match performances. I can't fault them. Both have come under a lot of stick from Manchester United fans and others, obviously, but Man United fans I'm talking about. Obviously, Fred, 50 million he's cost, and he's taken a while to bed in, but away in PSG, today against Barcelona, he's shown the qualities that he's had. He's shown, I would say, even the qualities that he showed why we bought him, because it was a lot to do with his Champions League performances for Shakhtar that kind of raised the interest among clubs in Europe, more so than in the Ukrainian league, which I'm not sure how many of us actually watched. But he showed today that he's more than comfortable at this level. But Scott McTominay, or Scotty McT as Terry Flewers calls him, another great performance in Europe. Another great performance. This man has a future at Manchester United. Matic, I don't know where he fits back in this team. I'm going to be completely honest. Where does Matic fit back in this team? Because McTominay, winning his duels, winning his tackles, in the air, on the floor, physical, skillful, passing, he gets the ball, takes his passes, man, passes it off. And he's even getting forward, looking like he wants to be a threat in the danger areas, the final third. The man has a future at Manchester United, and a very good future. That's what I predict. We'll see what happens, but that's what I predict. He looks a very, very good player, and to be honest, I'll be very happy if he makes it, because it'll be another academy player coming through and showing what they can do and showing how good our academy is to keep producing this level of player. But he was brilliant. I probably would give him the man of the match, just over Fred and Smalling, but between the three of them, I don't care who has it. They were brilliant. It's just a shame the result didn't match the performance, especially of those three players. In the final third, Lukaku, he had a good game. Held up the ball, linked play. No, his movement's never going to be great, but to be fair, he offered a decent amount of an outlet. I wouldn't say it was a threat. We didn't have a shot on target, but he was a very good outlet today. So I can't fault him. And to be honest, him being subbed off before Rashford for me was a mistake by Solskjaer. Again, it didn't look like he was a threat in terms of the goal, But Rashford just wasn't on it today. He wasn't on it. Had a chance or two, a shot from outside the box, 2 shots from outside the box. One of them, for me, definitely should have hit the target. A play off his ability, his striking ability as well. And there was a ball that went through that he just couldn't trap. Would have been 1-on-1 with the keeper possibly if he trapped it properly. But probably the best chance fell, his best chance, should I say. Cross came in, Ter Stegen punched kind of just to the edge of the area, inside the area. Rashford couldn't get on top of it, blazed it. I think it might have even come off his shin or something, but blazed it and spun wide of the goal. He just wasn't at it today. And when, for me, he should have come off before Lukaku. Martial came on, picked up the ball from deep a couple of times and looked dangerous. There was a chance where, I can't remember who got it into him, but he took it in his stride. And really, the second touch, if the second touch was on point, he would have been able to slot it past Ter Stegen. But the second touch kind of just took it away from him, and it was cleared by Gerard Piqué, who himself had a very good game on his return to Old Trafford. Dalot, he was the further forward on the wing out of him and the other fullbacks. Well, I say fullbacks, he was definitely played as a winger today. And he was pretty good as well. I enjoyed his performance. I enjoyed Luke Shaw's performance. David De Gea made some good saves. Lindelof looked good. He was a bit nervy. A few clearances, a bit scuffed. But as the game went on, he got better. The one person let us down. He let us down. Ashley Young, the captain. We had 0 shots on target. But if we had a right back who could bloody cross the ball, it would give the strikers a chance of scoring. The strikers a chance of getting a few shots on target. Yes, Dalot had a chance. Rashford crossed from the right hand side, and he really should have headed towards goal. He headed back across the goal and no one was there. Our best chance of the night. But it shows what can happen when you have good delivery. Ashley Young, time and time again, picked up the ball in space. Couldn't beat the first man. If he beat the first man, he didn't beat the second man. Crosses behind the players, too high, too low. It was poor. I don't know if there was a cross that Man United had. It was so annoying because we got into dangerous positions. We just needed good delivery. And that was really the difference between the teams. Of course, Barcelona, man-to-man, are a better team than us. But the amount of times we got into the final third, if only the delivery was 50% good from Ashley Young, we'd have had a bloody chance. It was terrible. It was absolutely awful. And it was frustrating. Dalot came off for Lingard. But I was hoping that Ashley Young will come off. Put Dalot at right back. We're going for the game. And at least he can get a bloody crossing. It's an indictment that he's even still at the club. It shows where we're at, to be honest. He should have. At best, he's a bench player for us. At best. Definitely not a captain. And definitely not a starter. Disappointing, man. I felt as the game was going that we'll get that chance, we'll get that one chance that we'll take, and Dalot had a chance, yes, but we should have created more. There's a lack of quality going forward in this team, mainly in wide areas, and we need to strengthen that in the summer. It's imperative, especially down that right hand side. Hasn't been good enough. Hasn't been good enough. But we move. Only 1-0. Yes, we lost at home. But we lost at home to PSG. 2-0 in that case. Yes, it's Barcelona. But it's also football. And to be honest, if this Barcelona turns up at the new camp, we've got a chance. I don't know what the possibility of this Barcelona turning up. Maybe they're going to turn up instead. They are going to say, you know what? We're at home. We need to put on a show. Messi's going to wake up because today Smalling pocketed him. Yes, after he got the assist for the goal. But after that, Smalling said, nothing. You're mine. I think he had one shot in the game. Barely touched the ball inside the area. I don't think he really created any chances other than for that goal. So if he comes to life or makes more of an impact, we allow him to make more of an impact in the second leg. Yeah, it could get messy. No pun intended, but we've got a chance. We have got a chance. I tell you what though, this Barca team ain't win the Champions League. See, I said in the preview, the preview on the Football Terrace, that Liverpool won't win the Premier League and the Champions League, and I stand by that. I don't think they'll do both. I don't think they're good enough to do both. Not that they can't win the Champions League, and not that they can't win the Premier League, but to win both is not easy. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that. It's not easy, and I think at one stage you're gonna have to prioritize. Because you get to the semi-finals and you're playing that high intensity football in both legs, and then go into the Premier League, something's gonna have to give. So yeah, whether you decide to prioritize one or the other, or results force you to prioritize, something's gonna have to give. However, what I also did say was that I couldn't see, well, not that I couldn't see, but I would think Barca would beat Liverpool in the semi-finals if they got through. I'm not so sure about that. If Liverpool played Barcelona today, Liverpool would have won. 100% convinced about that. 100% convinced. And as a matter of fact, I would say 3-1. Liverpool would have won that game. So Barca, if they have got another gear, if they have got another mode to turn to, they're gonna need to do that if they're gonna have any chance of getting to this final. But they ain't winning it. They're not winning it. They ain't good enough. They rely too heavily on Messi. He created a goal, but once he was shut out of the game, they didn't impress me. They didn't. Unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage. Barca were there for the taking, and we didn't do it. But the tie, by a smidgen, is still alive. Let me know your thoughts on all the Champions League games of tonight, guys. Juve, are they going through? Barcelona, will they meet Liverpool in the semi-finals? Make sure you comment below, hit the like and subscribe button. Check out the rest of our videos and our podcast, and I'll see you soon.